Greetings, F1 enjoyers, and welcome to Singapore. This is another race I had to get up early for. But anyways, after we get the formation lap to get to the grid start, this year's Singapore Grand Prix begins with George Russell and Max Verstappen battling for the lead. Verstappen forces Piastri wide. Holy crapper! He's still in the championship fight! Yeah, he's still got it, man. He hasn't lost his competitive edge. Now, this is something that we should see more often in modern Formula 1. A genuine championship fight. Contact ensues with Lando Norris and another driver, and the race gets yellow flagged for a brief moment. On lap 8, George Russell continues to lead. Hajar and Alonso battle for 8th. But if you haven't known already, Marina Bay is a track that is hard to pass at because it is quite narrow due to it being a street course. Bortoleto and Tsunoda both come down to pit road. The former had to get a wing change while the latter just needed tires. Colapinto is next to come down to pit road. Russell now has an 8-second lead gap over Verstappen and Norris. Verstappen comes down to pit road, but Norris stays out. Hajar is next to come down to pit road and holds off Colapinto, or Hajar, however you want to pronounce it. It doesn't matter. Leclerc manages to get past one of the Sauber drivers. Bearman comes down to pit road. Lewis Hamilton is next to come down to pit road, and a few minutes later, Antonelli and Russell make their pit stops, and the latter gives up the lead to Lando Norris. Norris is next to come down to pit road, and he gives up the lead to Piastri. On lap 28, Piastri comes down to pit road and has trouble in pit road. Ah, crap. He is not having any luck in the later season. Alonso is next to come down to pit road, and he too has issues on pit road. Russell is back in the lead. Stroll and Sainz battle for 9th. One of the Alpine drivers goes into the wall, but at least he didn't crash out. Unlike several years ago, yeah. The less said about Crashgate, the better. Sainz has yet to pit in. Hajar has downshifting issues, and because of that, Alonso got past him. And one driver got his lap time to lead it. Dang it. I always hate it when that happens, like when they go off the track, the lap times delete it. Stroll comes down to pit road. Albon locks up and gives up 11th to Alonso. The two Alpine drivers engage in a battle with the two Sauber drivers. Max Verstappen has to deal with the back markers and Lando Norris. Verstappen manages to get past the back markers. Phew. Even with DRS, Norris can't get past Verstappen. Don't let him get past you, man. Yeah, I'm talking about Verstappen, not Norris. Because I want Verstappen to still be in the championship fight, because that's what makes Formula 1 so epic. It's the championship battles. Sainz makes his pit stop. With 10 to go, Verstappen and Norris continue to battle for second, but air and the track itself will affect who gets a chance to pass. Verstappen has downshifting issues while he has to hold off Norris. With 3 laps to go, Verstappen is doing a good job at holding off Norris. Antonelli is in 5th, which is impressive and means that he is getting better and better, just like Connor Zilic. On the final lap, Russell dominates while Verstappen continues to hold off Norris. Yes! Russell takes home another surprise pole and victory, while Verstappen is still in second. Yeah, it's just like the Canadian Grand Prix. George Russell manages to wow everyone. Oh, and McLaren won the Constructors' Championship, because nobody could catch up to them in the Constructors' Championship. But that is if you care about the Constructors' Championship, though. To me, it's all about the Drivers' Championship. But Antonelli is in 5th! Yeah, I am so proud of Antonelli being in 5th. Hopefully, he'll get a podium sometime. It is also the first time that Mercedes won in Singapore since 2018. However, Hamilton gets penalized for exceeding track limits. Dang it, he is not having any luck. After that, we get interviews, driver talk in the cooldown room, and the winning driver's national anthem that plays in victory lane. Although I'm not sure about the cooldown room part, but we still get the national anthem that plays in victory lane, which is a thing with Formula 1. And drivers also have to get weighed after they win, unlike NASCAR and IndyCar where that's not needed. Anyways, the race gets a 9 out of 10 as it is amazing to see drivers besides Verstappen and the McLaren boys win. Here's some bonus content for you. Bonus content time! Yep, I got myself the LEGO minifigures Spider-Man action figure set. Who knows what kind of version of Spider-Man or other Spider-Man character we'll get? Let's find out. I'm going to use the MacBook Pro as a surface. A solid surface so I can open them up properly. Yeah, sometimes you need two hands to open them up. Yeah. There we go. Let's see what minifigure this is. Yeah, no pamphlet. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Oh, something fell out. Alright. Let's see which one it is. Yeah, it's Mayday Parker's supposed to come on the front, not the back. Yeah. Put the head on. And we got ourselves a little baby Spider-Man. Okay. Gotta get the hair situated. Here we go. There we go. There's a spider baby. There he is. Hopefully we'll get something cooler in the second minifigure box. Yeah, looks like Cyborg Spider-Woman. Yeah, so hopefully these translucent plastic pieces will hold together better than the translucent plastics on the Transformers figures. Because if you haven't known already, clear plastic, aka translucent plastic, is one of the root causes of breakage in Transformers. Okay, so it definitely does need an armor piece, which is the Cyborg Spider-Woman. But sadly, no Spider-Man Unlimited minifigure. It's easily one of the cooler and more interesting versions of Spider-Man. And you even got Spider-Man 2099 from the infamous Spider-Man 2099 comic that I do believe Linkara took a look at. Can't remember if he liked it or didn't like it. But it's one of the many comics that Linkara, one of the many 2099 comics that Linkara had reviewed. It's not very easy to do this with one hand, you know. Okay. And there she is. Yeah, 2 Spider-Man figures. Neither of them are Spider-Man. Oh, and we also forgot something of the Spider-Woman figure. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing that I don't have the Spider-Man Unlimited Spider-Man. It's one of the, like I said, it's one of the cooler and more interesting designs of Spider-Man, since it's a webbed cape. It's something you don't see with Spider-Man a lot. But anyways, I'm gonna sign off. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell just in case you haven't already done so. Catch you guys next time, and peace out.